When I'd heard she'd taken up with a Mandalorian, I was scandalized. Just scandalized.
A Mandalorian? Does nobody value Sith blood these days?
I know. Don't you think so, Zash?
Die places Amin's Waiheis fools. Gawen Dida seek from Tauhans.
I'm sorry. Will you excuse me? I need to have a quick chat with my apprentice.
If you must. Now, as I was saying.
Thank the Emperor you've arrived. It doesn't matter how much one drinks. These parties are just dull. I hope you've come to cheer me up.
I have dismantled the machine.
He's dead then? Excellent. You have performed magnificently, apprentice. None of this would have been possible without you.
Lord Zash.
Darth Thanaton, I'm honored.
Don't let me interrupt you.
Don't go anywhere just yet, apprentice. This call won't take long, and I have some further instructions for you. As I said, my lord, I'm honored, but why call me?
You have nerve, Zash. Nerve. But I thought you were smarter.
With all respect, Darth Thanaton, I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't play ignorant with me, Zash. Scotia's dead, and you killed him.
Scotia? Dead? Well, that's the first I've heard of it. When did this happen?
Just now, Zash, and you know it. What did you expect to gain? His position? His title? You know it doesn't work that way. Where's your discretion?
Discretion? I've been at this party for ages. I may have had a little much to drink, but I'm fairly certain I haven't murdered anyone. Though I have always fancied Scotia's chambers. So much more shelf space.
Zash, I don't want to have this conversation by hollow. Report to my chambers immediately.
Yes, Darth Thanaton. It'll be my pleasure.
Looks like you have a meeting to get to.
Give me time to talk to Thanaton, and then meet me in Darth Scotia's chambers. And don't worry, you've played your part, now it's time for me to play mine. We did it, apprentice.
Al Jamunja.
There he is. It's Lord Zash's apprentice. Surely he knows.
He wouldn't tell us if he did.
Warbain's Brigan Iswis Buidan.
Still, it doesn't hurt to ask, does it?
Colonel, let it rest.
I will not let it rest. Everyone knows Lord Zash was at the party when Scotia was killed, and yet everyone knows she killed him. She somehow devised a way of being in two places at once. If I let it rest, we'll all be dead.
That's why I'll never tell her secrets.
Good idea. Don't tell him anything, apprentice.
But I must know. Please, you must tell me. How did Zash kill Darth Scotia?
Actually, I killed Scotia.
Clearly he's not saying anything, Colonel. Let it rest.
Fine then, fine. But I'm warning you, Calaveras. Lord Zash is becoming too powerful too quickly. Since when has anyone in the history of the Sith committed a murder so brazenly, yet made it appear that she was somewhere else the entire time? It's enough to wake the Emperor, I tell you.
perfect timing, apprentice. I just met with that insufferable Thanaton, and I have good news.
How did your meeting go?
You would have been proud of me. I went into a reprimand, but I emerged a Darth.
You've certainly earned it.
I did more than you realize. Nevertheless, what's important is that we are finally free to act. Remember the map you found on Korriban that pointed us to the power of Tulak Horde? The first piece of that artifact, that power, is here on Drummond Cast. This piece is in the deepest chamber of the Dark Temple. Scotia always hoarded the key to the chamber like a Hutt hoards his credits. Now I have Scotia's title, his chambers, his research, and his key. He always said I would enter the Dark Temple over his rusting corpse. However, I won't be the one to go into the Dark Temple. You will.
It will be my pleasure.
Before I went to Korriban to choose an apprentice, a furious apparition awakened in the Dark Temple, implacable in its anger, murdering all who trespassed on the innermost chamber. But I had a dream. An apprentice of low origin humbled himself before the apparition, pacifying it. That's why you and your peers were singled out.
I always knew I was special.
You've been a far more capable apprentice than I ever hoped. But for this task, you must put aside your pride. You must go into the temple and face the apparition. And when you do, I believe that your humility will be the key. Still, I want you to know, I'm not certain you're the one from my dream. I fear I may be sending you to your death.
You're a Sith. Start acting like one.
You're right. You retrieved the holocron from Korriban when no one else could. If that's not proof of your destiny, I don't know what is. Tulak Horde's power awaits us both. We must not lose sight of this goal. Use this glyph to enter the innermost chamber of the Dark Temple. Humble yourself before the apparition, and bring back the piece of the artifact.
Galut Saira, Iswis us Urf Bandan, Ja Atnam, In Puidangarja.
Ready for departure.
Jamunja. Fraujins in alama patay galakai in alama amainai. Teufel atraus.
Yes, yes. I have been waiting for you. I felt your movements in the Force, and they stirred me from my nightmare. I am still too weak to leave, but I knew if I made myself enough of a nuisance, you would eventually come. The Sith throw flesh endlessly at what they cannot control. And here you are, blood of my blood. Here you are.
I have come to humble myself in your presence, O Great One.
Ah, you don't know me. Has our family fallen so far that the son of my sons does not know the name of Calig? The name so long revered in the annals of the Sith.
You are my descendant. By how many generations I do not know. But know this. Your strength in the Force has awakened me from my stupor.
What do you mean, I awakened you?
When the weaklings of this planet trespassed my tomb, I rose, resuming my former life. This temple became my kingdom, and I was once more a lord of the Sith. But when you first grasped the hilt of your lightsaber, I knew my hour had come and gone. That your strength, not mine, would return our family to glory.
I'm going to return our family to glory?
Our family was torn from greatness, crushed by the treachery of another, a man named Tulak Hord.
I places amins why his fools. Gawen dida seek from Tauhans.
Ha! Your master is dead, beast. You serve the child of Calig now. Flesh of my flesh, you should teach your servant to obey.
Do not interrupt again, or there will be no feeding for you for a long time.
Taupain aipain, karahita bawarp.
Good. You must not take obedience for granted. In restoring our bloodline to glory, you must not make the same mistake. Treachery is the Sith's endless game. You must win it.
Don't worry about me.
Beware your master. Beware your apprentice. Never be taken.